Hi friends, this is Bay McFarlane with Mary's Advocates, and I figured I would make a little video telling you the situation that's going on here. I've been doing advocacy work for full time for 4 years, and over that time there's been two individuals who had donated a lot more than everybody else. And one of those individuals was donating for about a year. That person stopped about a year ago. And then another individual had been donating the whole time. That individual just is having a major medical crisis, and they do not have money to donate to Mary's Advocates anymore. So here we are. It's Friday night when I'm making this video. I literally keep a spreadsheet of the pledges and the money that have come in. It helps me just at peace, to stay at peace rather, knowing whether it's time for me to look for another job. I don't like asking for money, but really, the people who have donated, I work for you. So I'm asking, can I keep working for you? Or do I need to go ask someone else to have me work for them? I do see momentum is building. In the last couple months, the Canon Law Society of America had a conference, and a chancellor, a young man who's a layperson who's married with kids, gave a presentation about the canons on separation of spouses. And in the description of his presentation, he said something like, due to a Catholic internet site publicizing the existence of these canons, dioceses are getting petitions asking for judgments about separation. And for a diocesan staff person who has done nothing but annulments, they are not familiar with what to do with these petitions. So I see that as a big boom. We've gotten Patrick Madrid has recommended Mary's Advocates on his show. Colleen Kelly Mast has recommended Mary's Advocates on her show. There's an article that I submitted to Homiletic and Pastoral Review that the editor told me he accepted. We're waiting for that to be published any day now. It could be this week, 2 weeks from now. I'm not really sure. EWTN, Jeanette Bankovich has said on her show that you need the bishop's permission to petition for divorce. Mitch Pacwa has also had a guest where he said the same thing. I see this as being some kind of momentum. Father David Nix, has talked about divorce being horrible. He's also talked about the scandal of annulments in the United States. So there is a momentum shift. When I'm not helping individuals I ghostwrite Canon Law Letters for people. I'm just doing community outreach. So I'm out on Facebook trying to connect with new people, or I'm writing articles. Now, because we have a big enough network, people send me stuff when some kind of news blurb happened that's very pro-marriage. Like I was just introduced to a new guy, Omar, I'm going to mix up his name. I just posted a blog about it today. He's in Omaha. He's a deacon. He was interviewed on Discerning Hearts, and he talked about how no fault is terrible. So here we are. I can keep doing what I'm doing. In the last couple of months, I just did a tally here. I've helped 15 different people write canon law letters where they're defending their rights. Either they're a respondent in an annulment case and they're asking to see things that they have a right to see. There's a couple of people who have cases at the Signatura where they've gotten letters back and the Signatura says, hey, it's time for you to appoint an advocate and to give us the deposit of $1,500. Now, the letter they get from the Signatura doesn't show them that there's a section in law that shows where one can ask for a free legal canon law advocate. So if you're a defendant in no-fault divorce, you sometimes have declared bankruptcy, you're in a position where you're supporting two households, you used to be a stay-at-home mom, and you're just barely making ends meet, if at all. So these kinds of people have a legitimate reason to ask for a free gratuitous advocate from the Signatura. I have the Signatura's norms on my computer. I also have the Roman Rota's rules on my computer. A couple of people this year, one of whom I helped write a letter this past couple months, a person is making an appeal against the Roman Rota due to what I would say are shameful and ridiculous violations of procedure. I don't even want to go into the details because it's too disheartening. But, people who come in contact with Mary's Advocates tell me they're really, really appreciative of the resources. And I honestly feel very blessed to be able to correspond with people like this. It's really encouraging to know that the number of serious, dedicated, faithful Catholics out there who are are adamant that our marriages are valid, and what's going on in no-fault divorce is ridiculous. Also, there's 2 constitutional challenges being made. I just did a story about the guy in Pennsylvania. He just sent me today his wife's response to his petition going up the chain of authority. Another lady contacted me a couple days ago. I'm waiting for her to give me her court documents so I can send out an email kind of through a network of pro-family lawyers. This person says they have money to hire a lawyer, but we still need to find her somebody that is willing to uphold marriage. So anyways, that's my spiel. These are the kinds of things that I do. You can tell I'm passionate about it, and I also, it's kind of ridiculous to say, but I'm kind of a little uncomfortable saying it, but I know these norms about annulment stuff, the Roman Rota norms, and even to the point of how to petition to the signatura. And for whatever reason, a lot of tribunal personnel are just kind of like running over respondents, and they don't know what to do in separation cases. It's very disheartening. We see that bishops or whoever in the diocese say, hey, we need to have a divorce because divorce proves that there's no chance of reconciliation. And I'm like, okay, that's like if your son is alienated from you, the fact that he hasn't talked to you for a year is proof that it's impossible for him to talk to you. This is disheartening. So anyways, that's me. I'm just speaking to you off the cuff. But Mary's Advocates need support, and we need it more now in a big way because one of the longtime bigger donors is no longer able to contribute. Just to be specific, my spreadsheet shows that $7 is needed for me to work Saturday. $135 is needed for me to cover Sunday. I try not to work on Sundays other than answering a few emergency things if they come up. And then a total of $270 would be needed right now to have me work on Monday. So if you appreciate our work, pray to Mother Angelica to intercede, to inspire donors. And if you are one of those people who are in a position to donate, it really helps to have regular monthly supporters because at least I can count on it. But other than that, I say this is God's work. And if he wants me to keep going, doing this kind of work, he's got to support it because it's not responsible for me to do it and not be able to pay my bills. So thanks for listening. God bless. Bye-bye.